Hey, are you alright? They've been out in the rain for a long time, something that Bianca is not accustomed to. Shirts, wet and soggy from rain and sweat, stick to their body, boots all wet, making their steps heavy. Droplets of rain and rain-soaked hair blurred their eyes. It was unpleasant and annoying. If you're tired, don't wait for me. Okay. But others did not reveal their emotions. Elisa, of course. Even Anne, the youngest. Also Sion, who's been whining before the mission. And Giselle. Serious regards toward the unfavorable situation existed, but none were complaints. This should be the life at work. Bianca once believed that when she leaves Leblanc, she would live an ordinary life, just like all others. However, Bianca realized that she had different social background and education as she traveled with Elisa. When they decided to join Albus's company, Elisa told her that she will need some time to adapt to social life. Bianca thought that it meant that she was obliged to take orders from the clumsy boss. Yes, I'm the misfit here. 3 years with Elisa. Bianca thought she had changed with the help of Elisa during that time. However, Bianca still felt unfamiliar with something that others take for granted. That pressed her heavily. Leblanc's place, young Successor. Oh, the little lady is so cute. She's like a doll. I can't believe a kid like like her, will be the master of the palace. Alice, here is the cloth you requested for. Wait for a moment. It's been a long time since I saw Alice being serious. Léon Leblanc, the head of the Leblanc family and the master of Leblanc's palace. As his son Laurent Leblanc and his spouse Lena Leblanc died in an accident, Léon brings his orphaned granddaughter to the palace. How long do I have to do this? Bianca, my lady, you're the next head of the family. You have to understand that you are representing the family. The successor of Leblanc. A role that was not allowed to Bianca, for Laurent Leblanc lost his privilege to succeed the family due to morganatic marriage. I know that already. What I mean is, how long am I supposed to stand here doing nothing? It's almost over. Absence of parents, strange environment, gazing eyes of others. Young Bianca stood still, raised her chin high to hold onto herself from collapsing due to rapid changes in her life. Hurry, I'm getting tired. She's only 10, but she's nothing like girls in her age. Alice, she just became a headmaid. I pity her. It is done, Lady Bianca. Try to walk and tell us if it is too big. All right. Julie? Yes, madam? Bring Batoses, who will be educating etiquettes and courtesies. You would be in the reception hall. Yes, madam. Jessica? Yes, madam. Tell Comstock, a literature teacher, and Putnam, who will be teaching magic, that Lady Bianca is scheduled to attend to. She won't have time today. Yes, madam. Bianca's life in the palace began. What was waiting for her was a tremendous amount of educations to successfully foster a successor of Leblanc, a noble family of Valhalla. Dining room, Leblanc's palace, the Lady of Leblanc. Bianca became the head of the family as Léon, the current head, strongly urged. It was an unconventional decision. The upper classes of Valhalla were shaken. But at the same time, they realized that this little girl will have power and privilege that others can't dare to tackle. It's a shame that I couldn't see Master Leon. Sorry, Master Leon has told me to tell you that he would be here to greet you next time. Dozens of nobles visited Leblanc's palace. Bianca told her grandfather, Leon, that she did not want to show her to them. Leon gave and did whatever his granddaughter wanted, but he did not yield when it comes to the family. My son is the same age as Lady Bianca. I think he would be a good companion to talk with. When Leon was not at the place, the conversation always progressed the same way. someone of the same age is fine, but I think older ones would be better as you can rely on them. Ludwig is currently taking a lesson to succeed the family. I think he can advise Bianca in various regions. No adults try to hide their desires in front of the Lady of Leblanc. Oh my, Eleanor, you always talk of something impossible. Young kids should socialize with other young kids to expand their worlds. Besides, I recall that Ludwig already has a lover. Maria, was it? The singer? Rumors are persistent in nature, and such rumors always follow after the boss of the Bonaparte group.
I believe that Ludwig would be too busy to get acquainted with Lady Bianca. An advisor would be his place. At a time like this, a reliable man who you can ask for help would be the best partner in life.
Are these idiots aware of how old she is? The successor of the Leblanc family. It was a burden young Bianca could not bear. Annex Leblanc's palace. Friend Yuri. Nice hairstyle. Really? That's a relief. Leon disobeyed the conventions, making Bianca the successor of the Leblanc family. Edward Leblanc, Leon's younger brother, was the one who opposed the decision fiercely. With Laurent's morganatic marriage, it was his son Yuri who was going to be the next head of the family. However, Leon was adamant. In return, Leon passed over the seat of the president of the Supreme Council to Edward. Are you going to be an artist? Perhaps. Do you like drawing? I do. Frankly speaking, I'm more like the feeling of someone noticing what I intended to put in the drawing. What? That's peculiar. We all have something peculiar inside us. I envy you, Yuri, getting to do what you want. You can do whatever you want too. No way. I'm Bianca Leblanc, the next head of the family. Right, Master Bianca. Yuri Leblanc, a cousin and her only friend who she can relax with in the palace. He understands Bianca's trouble, how pressing it is to live as Leblanc. Anyway, I heard you haven't been attending Tobe's classes. Huh? You don't like dancing class? Well, I advise you that you should at least have one class to exercise. Alice again, is it? Nope. I'm not telling you my secret agent. Yuri, that's unfair. Yuri frequented Bianca. Yuri hung out with Bianca, advised her when needed, and became her only friend. Until Yuri was expelled from the family, accused of being a dissident. Well, that sucks. What is wrong with you? Lady.
Bianca, what do you think you're doing?
Reception hall, Leblanc's palace. Black Witch. Bianca's 18th birthday. A day Leon promised that they will have time of their own. What is wrong with you? What has gotten into you?
She's more ill-tempered than the rumors.
Mom, I'm scared.
Bianca, you're being rude to the guests. Apologize.
Apologize? Why should I?
That's enough.
Bianca thought that the two of them will spend a day on her birthday without others. To cheer her grandfather up, who she had been quarreling with, she came to the reception hall wearing a dress and a garland. However, as she entered the reception hall, she saw dozens of nobles and two young men waiting for her. She would have smiled, let the time pass, and argued with her grandfather after they leave. I told you to never do this again.
Bianca.
You said it will be a day for just the two of us. You told me there won't be something like this. As Bianca shouted, on the verge of tears, guests started to whisper to each other.
I see you have been missing all those etiquettes and courtesies classes. This is all my fault. I have raised you wrong. I've been easy on you.
Birthday party of his granddaughter became a mess. Leon hung his head in shame, regretting that he wasn't strict to Bianca. However, that only got Bianca mad. Nonsense! Have I been like this before? You're the one who ruined everything, Leon.
Bianca, you still don't distinguish between the official and private matters.
As Leon started to raise his voice, the guests started to frown. It was a disgrace of the noble family of Leblanc.
Never this girl. How can someone live with a person with such temper?
I'm scared, I just want to go home. Rude and disrespectful wordings from a lady of a noble family. An egocentric behavior that doesn't look after the guests. To others, Bianca seemed like a mere child who doesn't understand her place. Official and private matters? Well, I'm surprised. Now I understand. My birthday is merely a means to better Leblanc family. What are you expecting for selling over your granddaughter?
This girl should just cross the line.
I want to go home.
Alice,
Yes, Master Leon?
take Bianca to her room and take care of the mess here.
Don't touch me, I'll go on my own.
Bianca, you're nothing without Leblanc.
Right. You were always like that. I can see why your son ran off.
You...
Does it hurt to have the truth shoved in your face? Then get your mind right, you senile old man. No, no, no! As Bianca's sharp voice echoed in the reception hall, one by one the guests started to leave.
Alice, take her to her room, now!
Yes, Master Leon. Leave me, I said I'll go by myself. What happened on this day became a big issue in the society. And from this day on, Bianca refused to follow her grandfather's orders. She did not hesitate to snap back at others who tried to approach her for political reasons. Bianca persisted on, and as days passed, Odin's society referred to Bianca as Black Witch. Her retrospection always ended with her rage towards the Leblanc family. She was right in that situation, by the way, just to let you know my opinion. I do agree that technically, yes, well, in this society, she is the daughter of a noble family, so yes, it's fine if her grandfather tries to marry her off. Obviously, can't happen in today's society, but back in this society, it's a normal thing. It's fine. What I'm not okay with is him lying to her and promising her to spend the time with her on her 18th birthday, and then just, you know, making an event to marry her off. That's not okay. That's not okay at all. Bianca understood that she had privileges, but she could not accept the fact that she had to live for the family. However, she knew that she had benefited from her status to complain about her situation. She hated the fact that others thought what she complained about was a pleasant worry, so she did not share her feelings with others. It was a burden that only she can handle. Can't sleep? You have any worries? No. Hope had a beer. Elisa always came by at times of trouble. She reached out for her. Elisa tended to her emotions. She was a warm relief. All right. And with that, welcome back to Troubleshooter, Abandoned Children. Now, let me actually quickly check if our morale is high enough. Yeah, it's apparently at the maximum. I don't know why, but sure, I'll take it. Let's see. Ray? We're going to work outside the office. Get prepared. Really? Yes. Be careful, Ray. Thank you. Albus? Yes? If there's an emergency, call me right away. I'll join you at the site. Alright, Giselle. Ray, tell me if you're ready. Okay, Giselle. Alright. There's the request. And we'll get straight to that. I never noticed that these things actually change in the background here on the map. That's interesting. Alright. Giselle asks Ray to work outside the office together. If you accept Giselle's request, you'll begin with Ray's scenario mission. Be sure to check your gears. Alright, we'll check our gears. I don't think I would have anything much better, at least. Is a level 50, but it's well, the item level for the one she's got equipped right now is +6. So I doubt it would be much better. The block chance and dodge chance are quite a bit higher. The armor is such a steep drop. But 20 more vigor is pretty decent. You know what? I think it's still better, even with all the additional levels on the Flame Guard Skull Jacket. I still think this one is better. This one... minus 247 armor, but plus 600 health. Plus 3 vigor recovery. No, I think this one isn't better. Which sounds crazy considering it's 5 levels higher and a higher rarity. But I prefer the armor and the block chance over the health here. But boots, they're fine. Here, a healing potion. Might as well take a greater healing potion with her. Killer's Mark is fine. Any new costumes? Wait, has she always had 4 costumes? Let me see. I like that. Let's change into that. And Giselle. Take a quick look. Again, this one has 2 item levels on it. But more vigor again. Yes, minus 27 attack power. But I think the more vigor is definitely worth it. As here, yeah, that's not going to be much of an advantage or much of a better item. This one, however, yeah, 10 less vigor, sure, but that's such a big boost to health. That and a 6% dodge chance. Lowers her speed, which is not ideal, but I still think I'm going to take that. None really good things here, and she can change. She can take a great major healing potion as well. Speed is generally a good thing for her, I think. I don't really. What does that do? So on move distance is also not bad, but I think speed is the ideal thing for her. And I say that having just given her a rifle which makes her slower. I'm fully aware of that. Alright, let me just quickly, before we get into it, let me get over to the warehouse and let me check if I can improve anything. I still haven't tamed any crab mitts. I'd love to play it more, but I just can't justify spending more time on it at the moment. So we'll see. In a couple weeks, maybe it'll look a bit better and I'll have more time. But for now, let me see. Upgrades. Yeah, we can't. What are we missing? Indigo upgraded metal parts. Can we salvage a bunch of stuff? I think we can salvage all of this. We don't get any indigo parts for that though. Salvage all of this. Pretty full in terms of stock anyway. And yeah. I think that's about it. The level 15 item, so I can get rid of that. Give me 2 indigo upgraded metal parts. I want to get rid of those, to be honest. I might have some use for them in the future. I can get rid of those too, though. But those are all fiber, not metal parts. So, yeah, nothing new I can upgrade. Can upgrade that for Leeton, but what's the point? It's also a level 20, I just saw that. It is a 5-star, but... let me quickly check that, actually. Do I have something better? Yes, well... the 20 dodge chance is really nice, though. No, I'm keeping that on. I like the 20 dodge chance much more than the bit more armor and stuff it would give me. Alright. Let's go. Giselle, I'm ready. Alright then. Together they work outside the office. Where your heart leads to, in Gold Hand Avenue. I think we've been have we been here before? No, we haven't because I don't recognize the name, but we've been in a similar area. Recognize that from... Was it the introduction mission of Heixing where we got to play him for the first time? I don't remember. It was very early on though. The mission of after which I think Heixing just drove off in his stolen car. That's the one I'm referring to. Can't remember which one exactly that was. But this looks like a cool place to fight in. Oh, we've got that little... What is that actually called? It's a fountain, right? Yeah. A fountain in a pool. All of this cover right here, you've got some alleyways back here. I don't know if you can actually go through them or if that's the edge of the map. Got a road here, a bit more open. So yeah, could be quite fun to play. 8 weeks ago, Goldhand Avenue, Undying Ember. It's been a long time. It's hard to meet you.
Naturally, a criminal doesn't show himself to a government's watchdog.
It's been 10 years since I've met you. You've grown old.
So have you.
As Ben demanded, Peggy let Ben decide where to meet. In the place Ben invited Peggy, there was a large painting of war on display. Ben Schneider, the last hope of Empire. This drawing must be Garter landing operation.
Glad you have noticed. Words about your visit reminded me of this place.
You're bad-tempered as ever. Garter was the name of the region of the Atta Empire before it was called the Windwall district of Valhalla. During World War, Garter was frontline supply base. The Atta Empire's elite knights, the Rose Brigade, were stationed in Garter.
It's all of you that this drawing became a historical scene.
After World War was declared, the war became static. To break through, Karas Union decided to ambush. An operation that detours as much as possible to ambush the supply base Garter. It was the third daughter of Rosnovsky family who was leading the Rosnovsky Principality's army that was in charge of the operation. Right, I guess I should have taken over Garter. Rosnovsky Principality's army that was in charge of the operation was comprised of 1,000 reserve soldiers. These soldiers could not fight against the Rose Brigade, 5,000 elite knights. If they were to fight fair and square, Rosnovsky's army would have been annihilated. They were mere pawns that had been thrown out. Karas Union forced Rosnovsky army to sacrifice so that they can preserve their soldiers. However, Peggy and her soldiers overcame the impossibility, taking over Garter a week after the ambush on the Rose Brigade. It was the grand debut of a war hero. After I took over here, I did not want anything else. Rather, I wished the war to end.
You're a greedless than I thought.
Inventing new words one at a time. If the truth had passed according to the war treaty, Garter would have been my territory.
I didn't know that. It's a shame you couldn't have it.
After the supply line has been severed, the Atta Empire couldn't persist fighting, retreating back at every battle. Karas Union didn't let go of the chance, pushing toward the capital of the Atta Empire. As a result, Tyr, the capital of Atta Empire, was under siege. Valerius III, the emperor of the empire, refused to surrender. The custom of the Atta Empire of not conscripting commoners has been broken on that day. The conscripted Atta Empire subjects were called Atta Templars.
If it weren't for you, I would have ended up an old farmer.
The conscripted warriors waged a guerrilla war against Karas Union, damaging them from everywhere. Of all the Templary, Ben Schneider's Templary grew as the biggest companion of Templars, becoming a private military corporation, Hank Clown, after the World War. You should have just farmed. Even after the Templars have shown remarkable results as the siege under Tyr had been protracted, Valerius III assembles all soldiers to the capital. To end the everlasting war, the Emperor has chosen the all-out war. However, Ben Schneider ignores the call from his Emperor, marching with his soldiers to Garter via the Ashen Sea. Even to this day, I think that Garter landing operation was an imprudent operation.
You see, life is a gamble.
If it was an all-out war, World War would have ended 3 years earlier, no matter who won.
But if we were to fight them fair and square, the Templars would have been treated as bullet bait for the knights. There were few ESP users in the Templars and we only had conventional weapons.
It still is a crazy idea to detour the Ashen Sea with old wooden vessels. If there was at least one ship on patrol that day, or a report from fishers nearby, your plan would have failed.
You have defeated the Rhodes Brigade in a worse situation, a gambler just like me. I personally think that your disguise as Aten Knights during your attack on Garta was even more insane.
No way, my plan was much more feasible. Garta landing operation. Peggy remembers the day thousands of soldiers coming from the Ashen River. It took Peggy by surprise, but she did not believe that an army of untrained commoners can fight properly. However, it took her merely a week to retreat from Garta. There are those that common sense don't apply. I've lost too many to understand that phrase. Severance of the supply line that reaches the southern front of the Atar Empire. The collapse of the Eastern Front, which was keeping the Eastern Alliance in check. After 2 months, the Eastern Alliance declares to join the war to suppress the expansion of Karis Union. A war was on the brink of victory, but due to the landing operation, Peggy had to take responsibility for the failure. Peggy's military merits she gained by conquering Garta came back as punishments. This painting is disgusting the more I look, well, at least to me.
That was worth bringing you here. So, shall we get into the subject? I'll take you to a place that you'll enjoy more.
Slot machine parlor, Goldhand Avenue by Streets. Suggestion, I think it said of amenity. Very enjoyable.
If this place doesn't seem enjoyable to you, you must be very peculiar.
I see that we have different tastes. As Ben pulls the lever on the slot machine, Peggy sat still, silently. The sound of lever clanking echoes in the empty slot machine parlor. Do you run this place?
No way I will put my hands on such troublesome business. I rented the place to meet you. Don't tell me that you thought I would take you to my safe house.
I'm not interested in your rat hole.
So why did you look for me?
You've been very conspicuous in Yggdrasil district last year. Thanks to you, we've been busy.
It's all because you guys are hiding too much. Besides, it wasn't a war. Conspicuous, that was the least I expected from you.
You're growing old. You should think of retiring.
Right, I'm turning 70 next year. I'd take retirement dear. But I'm not going to end up my latter years behind the bars.
If you take my request, Valhalla and the 3 biggest powers won't be wanting you. You'll be able to live a new life in Valhalla.
That is ridiculous. For the last 20 years they've been wanting me dead. I wonder what has gotten into them.
I also don't understand why they're doing you a favor. A place for a warmonger like you is a prison.
Alright, I see. So what is this request you're trying to make me do?
Yeah, what is it? 4 weeks ago, Black Pearl meeting room. Concern and apprehension. During Black Pearl's business team's regular conference, the news that Ben Schneider has been spotted in Windwall District has been confirmed. Personal Escort Team 1, Team Leader Shindo Akira. Are you going to leave this man be? Public Education Team 2, Team Leader Letty Swift. He is outside the jurisdiction area. They started all this madness in our area. It began from here so we can intervene under the name of dispatch or business trip. Why do you want to get involved so much? It's their job. Intelligence Collection Team 3, Team Leader Zhaolang Li. All we know for now is that Ben Schneider still lives. We don't know where he is. Security Team 4, Team Leader David Park.
In my opinion, we can leave this to Giselle.
What can she do by herself? She's acting silly out of guiltness.
There are troubleshooters in that district too.
Calamity, you are cute. Calamity?
Corporate Education Team 5, Team Leader Ernest Wilkins. That's not as easy as spoken. It's the war hero Ben Schneider. The results won't change. And about Calamity, that Giselle entered it is merely an upstart that the government has been advertising aggressively. If a team of only 10 men could neutralize Ben Schneider, Team 9 would have done it last year.
External Affairs Team 6, Team Leader Heidi Johansson. Dispatch or business trip, whatever you name it, don't forget that it is Team 6 that has to go arrest Ben Schneider. I don't want to get involved in a little thing. Little thing? It's my frank opinion as a Team 6 leader. Both of you, cut it out. You're arguing at every conference. Cybercrime Team 7, Team Leader Xiaoyu Li. The boss here seems like the apprentice in Team 9. Is the boss of Calamity a former apprentice in Team 9? You're right, it's Albus. You didn't know? He's been on the television for a while. It was a thing in the office. Whoa, I didn't know at all. For some reason she just looks crazy. There's Kylie on the team too. What? Really? Yeah. Huh? Why is this company ranked Iron but has taken a mission with security ranked Mithril? You stop it. You'll get us in trouble if you let the government backtrack while you hack into security ranks. What? Do you think I would let them? Special Crime Team 8, Team Leader Sergei Vladimir.
Sure you don't. Don't you recall how mad the boss was last time?
That wasn't my fault, it was Xiaolang's.
Xiaoyu, it was yours.
So are you just going to sit here and watch? Akira, I understand that you're holding a grudge against Ben Schneider. I would be too if I lost my people. But private matters should not affect official matters, especially during the conference. You should not mix the two.
Akira, I'm sorry to say this, but I also think it's their job to deal with. Let's stop talking about a subject we can't put our hands on and continue with the conference.
Please proceed, Sergei.
The next topic is Vendetta that has been expanding its territory in our jurisdiction area.
Cafe Streets, Goldhand Avenue, investigation. Ray followed Giselle to work outside the office. As she began to work in the company, she hasn't had the chance to visit the main street on weekday mornings. I can tell that the people are happier than before. 3 years and 6 months since she first came to Windball District. Even in the early morning, there were menacing people in the main street. Once in a while, civilians had to drop their eyes before they catch their attention. Giselle, I think we return to where we've passed. You are right. Isn't it meaningless to look after the same place over and over? Giselle continued asking questions to shop owners, local people in Goldhand Avenue. Sir, do you know a place where suited people gather up?
Well, of course, they are suited. What would they wear? Naked?
He could just say he doesn't know. Ray frowns at the old man as he grumbles and answers irrelevantly. Sir, have a nice lunch. Giselle hands over the old man a bill. Giselle?
I think I can remember. I have grown old with my memories.
Giselle hands over the old man another bill.
Right, I'll remember. There are lots of people in suits around the art gallery.
Huh? What is with that old man? I doubt he's making up stories. Ray is surprised as Giselle dragged information out from an old grumbling man. Giselle, is this information credible? I don't know. What if he was lying? So be it then. Ray has been thinking of Giselle as a composed and reasonable person, but she could not understand what Giselle did. It was beyond her comprehension. Do the people from the art gallery frequent this restaurant? I don't understand what you mean by the people from the art gallery. Did she give him a will again? Him? That was a woman, wasn't it? Will again? That would be quite a spend. Free will. That's not quite a spend. Really? Giselle stares at the manager of the restaurant unpleasantly. I don't know who you're looking for, but if I disturbed you, I'm sorry. No need to be. After all, what kind of place is this? Why is she mad all of a sudden? A strange woman comes and picks on me from this early morning. What a day. Why is she behaving like that? Giselle's investigation that Ray did not understand continued on, and a week has passed. Giselle? Yes? You're looking for the clown-masked ones, right? Yes. Maybe they're not around this place? Goldhand Avenue is the safest place in Windwall District. Ray didn't think that this place could be the criminals' hideout. Most of the people haven't seen them, and the majority of the information is fragmentary. I think we should investigate Magenta Street. Cafe Rest Area, Goldenhand Avenue, where your heart leads to. Ray, please keep the civilians away from the fight. Huh? There, those are the visitors we've been looking for. visitors? Round mask?
Those girls should be the ones that we're looking after us lately.
Oh, pretty girls. Whoever is first is gonna take them all. Hey, that's nonsense. Show some respect to your elders. Bullshit to respect your elders. You'll have to compete against me. Giselle, you're going to explain this to me later, will you? You need an explanation? I would appreciate it. Frankly speaking, I don't understand what's going on. But I see that you must have intended it. Yes. First things first, let's get rid of these dogs. Alright. Alright, let's eliminate the dogs. 4 enemies, we should be able to handle that much. Giselle. Oh, it's pretty high block chance. We'll get rid of the black lines first. Alright. And Ray will put her thing here. That's a lot of damage. And that's a very good thing to go into the hideout. And Giselle, she's got a lot of range, so I can just pull her back here. And shoot at that guy. Yeah, he's still alive, but he's taking quite a bit of damage. Oh, they can actually reach Ray. Alright, but she dodged both of them. Which makes it quite easy to do this. Oh, he actually survived. Well, Giselle, help please. There we go. Well, that was quick.
Run! Take me too.
Giselle, I'll chase after them. No, Ray, leave them be. Yeah, what? We will lure more of them in. Let's first head there. Giselle, this place is narrow. If we're to fight here, I think we'll have trouble. You're absolutely right. You'll have to pay more attention. God damn it, Giselle. Is it them?
Right, it's them.
I think we should bring Renzi.
Don't call Renzi, he'll start nitpicking at us. Right, I hate him doing that.
You've chosen this place, right? Of course. I'll ask questions later. Let's neutralize them first. I hope we're actually getting back our health and vigor. Yes. Very nice. Let's go here. Who are we taking care of first? And we can kill the black vine. We can kill this guy too, and he's the furthest away though, so we'll kill the black vine. Or not. He's got quite a good defense apparently. And we'll bring Ray over here. And she'll fire that into these guys. That's a lot of damage. He's consuming that. Might give him a decent dodge chance. Or no dodge chance at all. That's fine by me. There we go. Ow. Ouch. That hurts. It's not... Kills one of them, but... Ow. Stun is not good. Stun is very much not good. Ow. Alright. Does that... It does not do enough damage. But I don't think it's worth it to heal myself. Is this? It might be. You know what? We'll try it. Go over here. We'll heal ourselves rather than trying to go for the kill immediately. I don't know if that's the right strategy. But the thing is... that's not good. Okay, dodge though. That is good. Okay, yeah, it definitely was the right choice. This wouldn't do enough damage for sure. What about the others? You know what? Let me try this. Delays them a bit as well. Okay. Alright, that's not too bad. And now we're again at a point where I can actually hit both of them with something that does good damage.
난 하고 싶은 건 꼭 한다고.
Alright.
실수는 이번뿐이야.
Stunners are very annoying. Since I'm stunned now, means he gets another try. Okay.
원망만
Bring me over
해서
here.
아무것도 해결하지 못.
He's healed up again. Any unit, so that applies to him too. Do I want to heal myself up or do I want to attack? I think I want to attack first. Try an acidic cloud.
이젠 저항할 수 없을까?
Please go backwards to hide ray, not forwards. Yeah, that works. Good dodge, very good. Ah, why? Oh, almost. Alright, we continue from the checkpoint. This one, obviously. Alright, we'll try again. That was just a bit unfortunate at the end there that I got stunned. Alright, let's try this again. You know what we'll do, actually? We'll go back here.
선택인걸?
And we'll summon the Dark Draki Baron. Just to have more bodies. And Ray, though. I think it almost might be worth it regardless to just throw that in there. Here, should... not quite the right place, but still, a lot of damage.
지금 항복하면
They can't reach, I don't think. Well, they might be able to, actually. But
사냥하기
bring Giselle over here. Let's get rid of that one.
그래, 도망쳐봐.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
멋진 사냥감이네.
Bad luck. That's not bad. I think he's too far away. Dark Draki Baron. Just bring me over here. That will kill, yes. Oh, wow! God damn it. Imagine being that unlucky. It dodged, thankfully, but... I don't remember. I didn't look at what exactly a hit rate was for or the block rate was when Giselle attacked. I think it was not that low. I think it was like 30-40%. But for the Draki, it was below 20. Gotta use the Ice Mist just to get more people in it. That's fine. Okay, let's do it so that it doesn't hit Ray or Giselle. Just delay them a bit. Ow.
시간 낭비하지 말자.
Not an issue. Giselle. Who do we go for? Get rid of that guy.
숨어봐. 실망스럽군.
And I don't know what exactly he did, but okay. And let's do that. Go on, Draki. Oh, he's got final resistance now. Just great. Ow. Alright. Ow. Stop it. Alright. What is that again? Oh, right. I don't think I've used that once in like the last 20 episodes or something. I completely forgot about its existence.
이 기회에 소중하게 살아네.
But it helps me get rid of that guy. Not really worth it. I kind of want to heal Ray up rather than going for that. It would just accelerate their timer as well, I think, if I were to attack them.
어차피
I'd rather go for it this way. Well, now I got lucky on that one.
완료.
Very nice dodging. And come on, Darkness Breath. Or is that one better? No. What about Gravity Pulse? There's still a high block chance, then we'll go with that. Putting fear into him is definitely useful. If he'd even survive that long, which I don't think he will.
내가 못 맞출 줄 알고
Nope, there we go.
후회할 일은 하지 마.
Alright, that went a lot better. Who would have thought 3 units is better than 2 units? Oh god, I can't beat them.
Bring all of them in the office.
Bring your Renzi too. Giselle, you're going to let them go again, right? Right, but it seems like the civilians are surprised. Let's change the spot. If they bring in more people, we won't be able to handle them. I'll make sure that doesn't happen. Let's head there this time. Okay. You better stick to your word, Giselle. I can't handle more than 4 people. I thought they would return soon. I guess I'm wrong. They must be confused. Will it really be alright? I mean, if they come back in a bundle, we won't be able to fight them. If that is the case, we should ask for help. If we ask for help after they come, won't it be too late? And what if they're on dispatch? So be it then. Should I ask for help now? If you request more people in advance and they arrive early, the clowns won't show themselves. Now I see. The investigation you've been doing was a bait to lure them out. The best way to lure out the ones hiding in their rat holes. It would have been nice if she told me in advance.
Is it them?
Yes, Renzi. Those are two women. Punish them, Renzi.
You must get your ass kicked. I can't believe you guys have made all this mess only because of 2 girls.
No, Renzi, we did our best.
Best. I said bring in the results, not your best.
He's starting to nag again. Can't this man talk without nagging? Wait, Renzi's team moved to the art gallery plaza.
Damn, he's advertising that we're hiding around here all over the place.
What should we do, eh?
Guess it's too late to undo what has been done. Everyone will head to the plaza, and we will take the target before Renzi's team can put their hands on.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
I'll call the police in our company. Don't call the police. The clowns tend to run away if a mission pops up in the mission control panel. They must have a means to check the mission panel.
Alright.
Then I'll contact Albus. I already did. Huh? We can't call one by one an emergency.
Giselle shows her phone to Ray.
I've sent an emergency call and their location to all team members. Someone will come. Alright, we should hold our position until then.
Alright. Questions. Oh, it's nice, by the way, that the Draki is still here. Time left until team members arrive. Let me have a look at the map. We're relatively central. That's not bad. We can just retreat further back. That should be fine. Let's go and... Oh, I don't know. Open that chest. Why not? And open the one right next to it as well. And Ray, you can come here too. Why not? And the Draki should obviously follow us. Well. Gotta wait a bit though, apparently. He's apparently pretty slow. Alright, we'll just wait here. Ray will do the same, and then the Draki can come and join us. Although I'll put him over here just because he's a bit more defensive, I think, than the others. Yeah, fine. It doesn't seem like they're coming any closer in particular. So we'll just wait here until the team members arrive, that's fine. No worries at all. Alright, there's Renzi, chief of the Drifter Clans. Hello there. Alright. Okay, there they come. That's fine. Giselle? You can hit Renzi, but it's not brilliant. You know what? Get rid of that one. We don't want to be attacked from 2 sides. One side is fine. Let me actually check Renzi. How far can you travel? Far enough, to be honest. What's the range on that? 8. Pretty damn far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, let me get over here. And then hit him with the breath.
Ah, well, you said fear at least. You have in fear. Stop attacking.
미안.
Alright. Ray, I want you back here.
알았어.
And is that large enough? Just about not. Do I have something bigger? Yes. I want the ice though. There you go.
네 녀석들은 마음대로 돌아다니지.
Just to delay them a bit further. Good dodge. And she's hiding even further back. That's nice. We actually can reach. Oh, that hurts. Is it even worth it? Or do you not just want to get rid of some of the others? I think getting rid of that person is the most important because he. Ah, god damn it.
한 방이면 충분할 줄 알았는데.
Didn't quite kill. You've arrived fast. Oh, all of them, that's nice. Our main priorities are to join Giselle and Ray and to neutralize the enemies. I'll take the lead. Okay, off you go, hero. Few of them seem energetic after the Troubleshooter license test. An ally has joined the site. Well, I'd say more than just an ally.
Bingo.
Hoping for a good match. Victorious Ray. Alright.
그냥 항복하세요.
Imagine attacking Albus. What a bad decision. Alright. Okay, good.
방금 실수. 고마워.
Oh, even more. What a mess. Hanson, I think that is the troubleshooter we saw back then. Has the police dispatched? No, I've been checking with the mission panel. Oh, lately there have been some people that were looking for us. Maybe it's related to them. We chased her. Renzi and Bay are both engaged. I think we won't be able to ignore this. It's a matter of time before the police notice us. It would be best if we retreat. But if we retreat, they'll pursue on. I guess we'll have to fight today. What should we do, Hanson?
Alright then. Listen up, we're going to take them down. And never get injured.
Yes, sir. Well, I don't think that's going to go very well for you. Alright. Giselle. I think at this point we're now going after Renzi. Ah, he blocked it, unfortunately.
다음은 어디로 맞춰줄까?
Is he? Okay, he is. Okay, good. The stun is not good. Not good at all. It'll anger Renzi, but it'll do a decent chunk of damage. And it'll get rid of that guy. Is it more worth it to go for anyone else? Probably. Renzi's gonna not have a turn for quite a while. Get rid of some of these.
난 하고 싶은 거
Wouldn't be able to kill Renzi anyway. The Dark Draki Baron. Honestly? Go over here. Just flee for now. That stun is also not ideal. Alright, Anne. Come over here.
앤 이동할게요.
Ow. Help the Draki a bit. We'll still need him.
아프지 말아요.
Alright, Sion. Why don't you go hit Wade?
항복하시지.
Not over yet. Not yet, no, but pretty soon. Ow.
아프다고 물러설 것 같아?
That hurts. What's the hit rate? It's not raids. But go for it anyway, Leiden, because I know you won't take too much damage.
자, 화려하게 간다.
I think it stunned him as well in the Force Storm and the Electric Shock
나도
did the
날
job
못
for us.
말려.
It's very good.
빗나가지 않는다.
Ow. Ah, that's fine.
미안.
Attacking Leiden is even more stupid than attacking Albus. Although attacking Albus, as I said, in and of itself, not the smartest call. Bianca. That should kill. If it's not a block, it should kill. There you go.
이 승리
Irene, I need you
하나도
over here
기쁘지 않네.
물론이지.
for sure. It's not great. That's not amazing either. So we'll go with that. I think that'll kill even with a block.
후회해도 이미 늦었어.
With a crit, it will for
이것이
sure.
바로 정의의 힘이다.
Alisa, I just want you over here.
거점 확보하겠다.
Just come and join us.
후회해도 이미 늦었어.
Irene can handle
감히 주제.
it. Ray certainly can't. Hey, Shane. Through the smoke is not ideal, but... What's the hit rate? Not even awful. I think we'll just get rid of him. Oh, not quite then. He's in fear anyway. I think he can't make it that far. Alright. Bianca.
조심해서 따라와.
Doesn't have much movement. Sure, go for it. He'll block it, but he'll do some damage. Albus. Honestly, just run.
알겠습니다.
Albus can counterattack, he's gonna be fine. Theon,
여기 맞지?
it's not too fine, but... whatever, give it a try. Maybe it'll hit something. Nope, but it'll slow them down a
너무
bit.
잘 풀린다 했지.
Oh, that's nice.
내 살이 대신 내
I hope you regret that, Renzi.
네가 두목이었냐?
That's not a good play.
빗나가지 않는다.
Don't go for Sion. Okay, good,
그냥
Sion.
행복하시지.
Nice dodge. Well, rest in peace, Ray. Alright, that should do a decent chunk of damage. Oh, 1500 damage and the stun, that's insane. Very good job, Draki. Very good job. And stunned Renzi is gonna take a lot of damage, but honestly, I don't want Anne to do it
아프지 말아요.
because she'd rather heal someone else. I can definitely need the healing. Alright, Giselle's down too. But that's fine. We've got our reinforcements here. Can handle it. That's not a lot of damage. Alright, but go for it anyway.
포기하면 편해.
How can he block when he's... Oh, final resistance, I see. Ah, it's fine.
늦었어. 만만치 않은 녀석이네.
Albus... No, Heishing first. Alright. I mean... That's a pretty clear choice.
아무도 못 받겠지.
Albus... Who's that? Yeah, I need you to attack him.
강하게.
It's not massive damage, but that does a bit more.
숨어도 소용없어.
Hint some movement. Irene helping out as well.
설마
Means he's
네가
almost down,
두목이었냐?
which is fantastic. And Leighton can just finish him off. Sure. I'm not sure if it does enough damage, but it should. Yeah, definitely if it's a crit.
이거야 이거라고.
Alright, and Bianca... Sure, Bianca just get rid of Renzi.
더러워졌잖아.
Deserved level up there. Hansen.
당신의 저항도 여기까지.
How you
내
dodge that
실수는
one?
내가 막을게.
Can't dodge that one, please. Ow. Actually, I say ow, that barely hurt. Alright, and he'll Sion.
아프지 말아요.
And then Sion can just throw that at them.
섬광란.
Yeah, some
아,
decent damage.
미안.
Although the damage wasn't the main
내 살이
important thing, it was the electric shock.
피라미 주제. 제법이네.
빙고.
Irene's in danger if Hansen chooses her to attack. Well, Sion's in danger if he gets one hit, that's for sure. You know what? That's a good place to
목표로
be.
이동하겠다.
Let's try.
어딜 도망가나?
Alright, that does less than I'd hoped for. Ow. Well, he chose Heishing. But Heishing has a second heart. And he now can't attack with anything. So, how about you go hide over there, Heishing? I'll be fine. Hansen's get another turn. That's okay. Just get rid of the enemy numbers first.
좋았어.
You can figure out Hansen later. Okay.
후회해도 이미 늦었어. 만만치 않은 녀석이네.
Survived, at least. Whirlwind. How much damage does she do to Hansen? A lot, but not that much if he blocks, but still. Okay,
이렇게까지 하고 싶어.
take that. Leighton. None of them will have their turn soon. So just go for that one, the one that you can kill. The easiest.
아하하, 벌써 지치면
Alright,
어떡해?
Heishing. Shoot at both of them, that's fine.
나쁘지 않아.
What are they gonna do? Throw smoke grenades? Okay, I'm so scared.
빗나가지 않는다.
I'm scared of that. Good dodge. Lisa, sure, just get rid of that one.
빅 쉐이빙. 또 덤빌 사람?
Albus. No. Go after Hansen. Maybe activate Blade Storm?
역시 그냥 물러서지
Thank you.
않는 건가?
Not good enough though.
이번 일은 쉽지 않겠어.
Stuns.
제대로
Not
맞출
good.
거예요.
Support from Anne is decent.
포기하지 않을 거예요.
Irene? No. Well, rip Albus. Either way, I think I'd rather go after Hansen and get rid of
제대로
him.
맞출 거예요.
For sure.
사람들의 꿈과 희망을 지켜낼 거예요.
Out. I mean, I know I've been playing this mission a bit clumsily, but it's honestly more difficult than you'd think.
내 스타일 최종 5위. 흉폭한
Just
내
because the clowns all just ran at you and they all have somehow have like 2 or 3 attacks in every turn.
나의 승리다.
Alright. Can I? No. Maybe. No, I can't get to that guy who's after Hastings, so I'll just fire a fireball that way. Very good.
만만치 않은
Chunk of
녀석이네.
damage. Flame of regeneration.
여기까지야. 이젠
Alright, Bianca. Off we go. Over there, though.
내 선택을 후회할 리 없잖아. 당신 날 화나게 했어.
see. That was
화나지
underwhelming.
않을래?
Leighton, why don't you join Hastings over there? And why don't you do a bunch of damage?
It's showtime!
Yeah, just like that.
호호, 우리 팀에 올 생각 없어?
Good job, Irene.
내 서류 일시, 내 사키. 이건 아니잖아. 당신의 저항도 여기까지야.
Yeah, decent.
이렇게까지 하고 싶어.
Ow. And Hastings. The normal one's fine.
좋은 발버둥이다.
Ow.
후회해도 이미 늦었어.
That hurts a lot.
피라미 주제.
Poor Lisa. We're actually in a pretty mediocre position here. It should still be mostly fine, and Anne's gonna heal Irene back up. Because she can still do a bunch of damage. Please crit.
아프지 말아요.
That's unfortunate. And Heishing, honestly, put him down
목표로
here.
이동하겠다.
Fire into them. Hit rate's not great, but I hope for a bit more.
빗나가지 않는다.
That could hurt. No, good
대체
dodge.
원하는 게 뭐야?
Still survived. Ow. Well, I could actually still lose this. Ah, God. I'm just getting awful lucky as well. stun on Heixing too. That means he's pretty much dead. Oh, he misses twice. Alright, well, he's gonna... Okay, sure.
이제 시작되는 건가요?
Sure. Never mind then.
알겠습니다.
I'll take it. Still think Heixing's gonna die,
하지 말아요.
but he'll survive another turn. Actually, no. He doesn't even need a turn to recuperate after losing his stun. Just straight back into it. We'll get rid of him
빗나가지
then.
않는다. 총알이 아까워.
And Leighton can have a go at that guy.
자, 화려하게 간다.
Very good.
판타스틱.
And Bianca doesn't have an AoE attack unlocked. She doesn't have one, period, apart from her overcharge. But go on.
날 건드릴 수 없어. 그만하지 않을래?
Oh, terrible. Very good, Heixing. Very good. Bleeding heavily, and of course he survives with 15 health. Bianca. Sure, off you go.
당신의 저항도 여기까지야.
Alright, he dodged. That's
어차피
fine.
당신도 실수할 거야.
Would you look at that? Leighton, go on. Show me what you got.
자, 마지막 공연이다.
Not a whole lot is the answer to that.
좋은
That's
동작이었어.
okay.
칭찬해줄게.
Go for it. Nice. Well done.
시시하고.
And Anne can... Does she want to do the damage or does she want to heal? Go on, heal Heixing.
아프지 말아요.
That makes sure that he'll survive one attack. Unless he gets crit. And he doesn't. He doesn't even get hit at all. No one can slow him down. And inflict bleeding.
괜찮은 녀석이고.
But I don't think he'll survive to let that bleeding actually happen.
너도 참 구질구질하다.
Just going after him
제대로
now.
맞을 거예요.
Not much tactics required for this, and off we go.
끔찍하지 마세요.
A year ago, Yggdrasil District. Black Pearl eliminates a criminal cartel, Skull. 9 months ago, Yggdrasil District, a fallen legend. 3 months after the elimination of Skull. No way! Yube! Mission to escort Skull Lord, the leader of Skull, to VHPD in Odin. You get prepared for an attack from Skull. Skull Remnants, the police, Black Pearls, Personal Escort Team 1, and Criminal Case Team 9 that captured Skull Lord have been engaged in the mission. Hey, what's wrong? Due to the cold wave that struck the camera that was relaying from the spot, Giselle, who was in the office, couldn't grasp the situation of the site. Wait, what is with this frost? What's happening? Giselle, we lost contact with all the people out at the site. What about you? Can you reach them from here? Black Pearl's command group was puzzled by the sudden connection loss. Giselle, we failed the mission. Escorted prisoner Skullord is killed. Most of her team also died or got injured bad. With Kate's quivering voice, the scene of the frozen city and the destroyed escort vehicle is transmitted to the command group. You finished the request. Good, Sanson. Take care of the rest too. Ben looks around to see the frozen area around him. And he stares at Yube, who has fallen after making the situation. He pulled a stunt at the last. Pardon? At the last moment he acted like he was carrying out his last attack. Instead he froze all means of transportation around here. I can see. He realized he can't defeat us, so he tried to hold us back. It's funny there is someone who can act like this these days. Should I kill him? Leave him be, he won't last long. We have to show mercy to the remnants. Yes, sir. A war hero of World War, Ben Schneider. A criminal wanted by Valhalla and the 3 biggest powers. The ambush conducted by Ben was recorded as security rank Mithril by Valhalla's government. And there we go. Anything good? Weighs leather shoes? Alright. Maybe they'll be decent. And Efrost's Holy Warrior Battle Glove of Darkness. That might be decent. For who? I don't know, really. Arene? Maybe? No. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway. That was the mission. It actually took a lot longer than I expected it to when the first first part of it showed up with 4 enemies. I thought they sort of put all their time for this one into the story, because that actually was quite long, the story part this time as well. Then it just went on and had another 4 enemies, and then that whole fight, which was actually quite interesting. It was, I kind of like the, not necessarily short, but the more congested fights. The ones where you don't have like a massive map and you just slowly have to get rid of one enemy at a time in a large area. I like these smaller ones for a change. Yes, Sion's payday is approaching, and so is Kylie's. Alright. Yes, end of currently developed scenario. That's fine. Let me just quickly check. Everything's changed to on it. If that is something that Irene would like. Turn 1 is attack. Would reduce her hit chance. It's not ideal critical hit chance as well, but 25 more attack power and a better block and dodge chance I think is more than worth it. More speed as well. More vigor, sorry, less speed. Her speed is already mediocre, but I still think it's fine. Does she need the ball marks? Yeah, probably worth it. 5 for every character level, so that actually increases it by 300 for her. Although 300 isn't massive, but I think it'll be fine for now. Alright, and with that, we've done another story mission. I'm actually not quite aware of, I think at the start, before they started adding content as sort of in a DLC form, I'd call it, but you know, it's free content add-ons. I think they said they'd have 8 scenario missions in addition to the main game. And I don't know how many we've had. But there's surely another, there's at least one more. So I'll definitely see you again on that one. I don't know how many more there will be. But yeah, I'm looking forward to them. I hope you do too. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.